friends, we made it to our very last long vowel sound, which is the long E sound. And long E is a little bit different than the rest. The rest follow that silent E rule a lot, but the long E sound does it a little bit differently. There's one word that I'm really familiar with that I think you will recognize when I show you the cover of my book. You know who this character is, right? Do you remember his name? This is one of my favorite subtraction books, which I'm going to read to you a little bit later in the week. But, so if I take this character and I take this silent E off the end of his name, so we would go from Pete, eat, with that silent E making this E say E, we would take Pete, and if I took the silent E off, it would change it to pet. All right, pet the cat, which would be much different than Pete the cat. All right, so I can take the word pet, pet, and just by adding that silent E to the end, but I'm also going to have to capitalize this first P because it's the name of a character. I can take pet with that silent E and change it to Pete. But notice that I don't know any other words that I can think of that have that silent E on the end. But there are different ways that the E makes the long E sound. So let me show those to you. E can make the long E sound instead of by having two E's together. So we'll look for words with two E's together. Also, when two vowels go walking, the first is the talking, which this one follows that rule too because E's are vowels, and when they both go walking together, you hear the E sound. But there's a lot of these words and a lot of these words, so I decided to divide these categories up. Also, whenever you have an E by itself at the end of a word, when it's the only vowel in there, it also makes the long E sound. So let's take a look at my word list here and see what we can see. I have the word bee, like a buzzing bee, feed, bean, my favorite drink, tea, ice cold, peach, she, queen, need, sea, me, and sea. This sea is like the ocean sea because it's spelled differently than this sea. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's first look for words with the two E's in there. And when I look down here on my list, I see B-E-E, bumblebee, F-E-E-D, feed, queen with two E's, need with two E's, and sea with two E's. I think that's all of them. So I'm looking for words with two E's. Sometimes the two E's will come at the end of the word. Sometimes, like in queen, they'll be in the middle of the word. So you have to look for them. They might be at the end or they might be in the middle of the word. Here's sea, the word sea with two E's at the end. So you just have to look and find them, and then we'll pop those up here in our double E rule for the long E sound. So I just took B, B, E, E, and put it up here in those double E's. But like I just said, you can have the E's in the middle too for like feed. We can put that one on there too because that has the double E's, but the E's are in the middle of the word. All right, let's go on to the two vowels go walking. The first does the talking, and I'm going to look for EA right here and bean, EA and tea, EA and peach, and EA and C. Notice that they're all EAs that are making that long E sound. So the two vowels in the middle are all EAs. So I'm going to put up my favorite here, T, T-E-A. So sometimes the EA will come at the end of a word, like in T, but it could also come in the middle of a word, like peach, peach. P says P, E-A says E, and then C-H says ch. So this one has three sounds in it. P, E-ch, peach, okay? All right, then when you look on the word list and you see an E at the end of a word, like in the sight word she, here's an E at the end, in me, here's an E at the end. So when you have an E at the end of a word, it makes a long E sound. So you can put them up here, she and me. Okay, oops, there we go. But you can also think of other sight words like we or be. When I grow up, what do you want to be? I wanted to be a teacher, but you guys have to decide what you guys want to be. I'm going to ask you guys to think about that question next week when we think about our promotion stuff. Okay, so the main 3 rules for the long E sound in our kindergarten class is we're going to be looking for the double E's. It could be at the end or in the middle of a word. We're going to look for 2 vowels go walking. The first is the talking, and we notice that they're all EAs. Some can be at the end of a word, some can be in the middle. Or if you have E at the end of a word and it's the only vowel in there, it's going to say long E sound, like sh, E, she, E, me. Okay, guys? So I will send this list to your family so that you can group these words and practice reading these words and get ready for first grade. All right, you guys have a great day.